Wait.
Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with
Dang,
the big
I'm about to take this double shot right now.
lit
Suck!
big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it or kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot.
Double
you
shot.
are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Are you gonna be able to?
Woo!
Alright.
Good evening, campers.
That's so weird. Alright, boom. Here we are. Episode 28 of 10 Talks. We got with Rylee G.
And Harmonious Yuriy.
ITSRYLEEGE. What's up, guys?
Let's
Thank you
not
so
spell
much
it.
for joining. Spell what?
Spell.
Oh, why not?
Because it just takes too long to spell your name, too.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to spell mine. If they can't figure out mine, it's fine. But they have to figure out yours.
It's okay.
We did I just noticed that when we set up the stream and we're setting everything up, I noticed that YouTube has a new option of adding a poll to your chat, so the chat can vote for something while everyone's chilling in the pre-lobby. And I asked who should take a double shot, and everyone wants Rylee to get drunk. You weirdos! No, I'm kidding. You suckers.
I took the double shot.
Boom.
Like a champ. I don't think Yuri would have done the same.
No, I would.
He would have been like, I need to space it out.
Yeah, we just took I don't know how many shots we took beforehand, but we took at least 3-4 shots beforehand. And also, huge shout out to Zach Shiken for pulling up to the apartment. He got to see this apartment before we left. Zach pulled up and we drank some wine with him.
Yes, he was so sweet. Brought us 2 bottles of wine, chilled with us, and he was honestly super cool. And I'm glad he came through.
He brought up, me too. He brought up a good point where he was like, I'm bringing this housewarming gift, but it's kind of a house colding gift at this point because we're leaving in 10 days or whatever.
Well, at least you got to see this place.
That's what I'm saying. At least I'm glad that he's been a part of the community for a long time. So it's I'm glad he got to come through and actually see this place. And I took him to the No Jumper warehouse. He got to check that out. It was really cool for him as well.
Yeah.
Took a couple pictures. Yeah, it was really cool.
He's a good person.
But either way, the poll said there's 58 votes in this poll, and then literally almost everyone
I
wanted.
thought everybody was gonna try to sabotage Yuri as usual.
That's what I thought too. Usually that's the case. Usually
I guess on the
Underscore
low,
Jet Set
people
dropped
are.
about $2.99 through Super Chat.
Shout out to
Zaza.
Jet Set.
Thank you so much, Jester, for the $3 dono, Zaza. Honestly, you know what I was thinking about a couple days ago is a lot of podcasts. I don't think there's a single podcast I know out there that allows TTS to work during the podcast.
Oh yeah.
There's no podcast that imagine Adam was doing an interview or a podcast, and then in the middle of it you just hear Jet Set just donated $3 for Zaza. You know,
It'd be constantly popping off.
But I don't want to take it away. I like it. I think it's funny.
It's funny.
I feel people apparently like watching this podcast, and then for anyone that wants to jump into the middle of it and say some fucking random shit, boom, all you gotta do is donate $3 and your random thing is gonna get read. But what if it's too much and then we can't even talk at a certain point? Then
I know. Then we're gonna have to cut it or charge more.
Or raise the prices. No, I'm kidding.
Sell out.
Me? I'm
Just
not
kidding.
sell out.
I'm just kidding. You sell yourself a little too short sometimes. I think we could all admit.
Should we admit? Should we? Oh my god. Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
What's the elephant in the room? Oh yeah.
If anyone has not noticed yet, boom, and also,
boom.
oh,
Damn.
that's right.
What do you guys think?
IAT the Internet 2021 dropped a bag $4.99 through Super Chat.
Shout out to I Hate the Internet.
Thank you so much for the $5 no. Basically, huge shout out to Luca from Local Forever. He basically hit me up saying yo dude, I heard you were working on some merch. If you'd like, you could come through to my warehouse and I can make you a sample basically, so you can see what you're gonna make and then possibly make more of it. And then yesterday Rylee and I took the time to go super far, an hour out, to go to his warehouse to fucking work on the merch, and I like how it came out. There's one little mistake. I'm not sure if you guys can notice or not.
But yeah, we've been going back and forth with ideas of what to do. Yuri and I are both
so hard
picky.
to settle.
Yes, we're both picky, and we have a specific vision, I guess. And we're lucky to have somebody who kind of made the idea come to life.
Exactly.
And then we're even more lucky that we had Luca to like help us out doing this whole process, because let me tell you, it's a fucking process. I did not think it would be that hard to make a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But big respect to like people making shirts out there, because that is crazy. It's a lot of fucking work.
I honestly thought that the process to doing like a screen print of a shirt was like, think of design, get design made on that transfer paper that he made, you know, squeege it onto a shirt, and then bada bing, bada boom, and then let it dry and you're done. I did not know that you need like a sink that's meant, you know, that's big enough for this thing. You need a power, like there's so much shit. A lamp,
a frame, a screen,
and he said all the stuff he said a couple of things are jerry rigged, like where it's not the official, you know, couple multi-$1,000 setup thing you need. So it's like he jerry rigged a couple of his things to, you know, to produce all that stuff, and it's like it's a lot of work. I remember telling him originally like a year or two ago, I was like, dude, if I want to make merch, I want to do it all from home. I want to make everything at home. And he was telling me, he was like, dude, it's so much equipment. And I didn't understand what he was saying until I saw that. And I was like, there's no way we could do that inside of an apartment.
Yeah.
That'd be insane. We'd probably do it out there, maybe, but all that space would have to be dedicated to.
No, you need a lot of space and just a lot of extra things that you wouldn't think you would need. Like,
so
it's probably so expensive just to get all that shit started.
I'm gonna, after this podcast has ended, I'm gonna post like a better photo of this on the Patreon and also on my Instagram or whatever. And I just want you guys to let us know not in the chat, but in the comments of this podcast after we finish the live stream and shit. What do you guys think about this merch? There's a couple of things that Rylee and I
want to tweak.
Yeah, want to tweak. Like, so the first thing that you guys are probably gonna notice immediately is the back design. Here, you want to tell them?
Okay, so the back design, we accidentally fucked up and printed it on how would you describe that? Backwards, like mirrored. And so it reads backwards, and so we have to flip it, but we're thinking about blowing it up a bit to make it a little bigger. But Yuri doesn't know if he likes the smoke around or if he wants it like box type. Yeah,
it just feels like originally I was trying to steer away from just having like a box on the back of a shirt or the front of a shirt, but after saying just this random bubble, I'm like, it's so random. It's just a random bubble. I feel like we're either missing more details or color, you know?
Yeah. I don't think it's missing the details, but I think it...
Like, I mean, like, more smoke bubbles leading to this.
Okay.
That's what I mean by details.
Yes.
So, like, that's what I was thinking is, like, I want to talk to Luca and potentially try to make some samples of, like, you know, fully colored versions and then see how much those are going to cost to produce. But basically, this first run of T-shirts, I had a couple people DM me asking, like, yo, how much are those, or are you going to sell those? And originally, these shirts, these are just samples. These are just going to stay with Rylee and us because they're mistakes and whatnot. But the plan is not to sell them immediately. The plan is just to give them to the Patreons and then other people who may not be a part of the Patreon, but we know it has been a part of the, you know, the podcast and the streams for a long time. Like, I just want to give them out to a lot of people who have been super supportive for a long time and just, like, have them have it. And then hopefully if you have anything left over, like, I don't know, I could post it and, like, see, like, if someone wants to buy it or whatever. But later in the future, once we have, like, a settled design that we both are really hyped on and we can, like, afford to produce 50 or 100 of them, then, like, we'll be like, all right, that's it. These are for sale.
Yeah.
And you know what's the big mistake I made when I made stickers like a while ago is I made stickers, but there was really no way to buy the stickers other than me post them on Instagram, and then someone DMs me going like, hey, I want to buy those stickers, and I'm like, okay, give me your Venmo, Cash App, or like something like that. And it's like, it's so much easier if you have like a website where I can just go to tentalks.com or harmoniousman.com, and then you can just like boom, just select and like just pay for it right there. It's so much more of a hassle to DM someone and ask for some shit or whatever.
In time that'll happen.
I remember I was dealing with that. Take mirror selfies with those shirts. Yeah, that's what I was telling Rylee and Luca. I was like, these shirts would work on Snapchat, or like if I was like in a mirror, like taking a pic of my butt backwards.
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's perfect for you.
Shut up. Anyways, it was a cool experience to make them.
Yeah, it was honestly a super cool experience. I vlogged the whole thing on my iPhone, so we're going to be editing that vlog today and posting on the Patreon first, and then a week from now posting on YouTube as well. I'm super excited.
Me too.
For everyone to see that. I'm super excited that we just have the merch in general. Like, I really like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like a uniform almost.
I know. It's cool to finally see it on a shirt, you know?
But I'm telling you,
it does make a difference.
the original Tentox swords I made were made from like a yellow with like kind of like orange, like I don't know, like a
Hot pink.
violet, not hot pink. It was like kind of like a violet background shadow. And I think if we did the yellow with the the background shadow on a black shirt, it would look really cool. And then
Yeah.
this design might look even better too. We'll just print it in white instead
Yes.
of in black on a white shirt,
I agree.
right?
I think that'll look good.
Because the original design, is this like how the original design is, or is it like negative?
She made them both ways, I think.
Like I'm
Like she did it.
like I wonder I don't remember what did the original. Oh, you see, the original's in white, so the original would work better on a like a black shirt because you print it in white, and I think that's what would make more sense.
Okay.
It would give like more detail probably as well.
Well, anyways.
So
yeah.
that's the whole merch talk. And also, did we talk about the stickers yet on Tentox?
I don't think so.
Rylee and
Because we didn't get them yet.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on, let me go grab them really quick.
1 second, Yuri's gonna go grab them. I'm gonna hit the joint. They look so cool.
And honestly, the same story with these stickers where like they're not gonna be for sale just yet, but like we just wanted to make a couple of them to see if we like them, and we are super hyped on how these stickers came out. I'm not sure exactly how much detail you guys are gonna be able to see, if the camera will even focus on it or not, but Rylee and I are really hyped on how these stickers came out. And honestly, what I like even more is the fact that Rylee's friend drew these stickers for us.
Yes, my friend from high school, who I had theater class with, she was always like a really cool artist, I thought, and I felt like she would really kill what I had in mind, and she did. Like everything what we were thinking, you know.
Yeah, she put it on paper.
She made it come to life, so she
And,
did a really good job.
And I kind of like, at first it wasn't really a big deal to me, but I kind of like the idea that a girl did this for us, because there's so many guys in the graphic design world. I've never heard of I've never like seen, well, like, yeah, I think I've heard of, but I've never seen like in the bubble that's closest to me, like a pop-in or successful girl graphic designer. It's usually guys, you know. So it's cool that she made this. And you see how like the black line is super thin right here? That's kind of how I want it to be on these shirts. Like this black line on the outside is super thick, and I think that's what kind of like throws me off a bit. And I think with the thin black line around this sticker, that's kind of how I want it to be. It looks a little bit better, I feel like.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
I'm excited for everything to...
I want to ask your friend if she watches Naruto, because this is such a mix of like Hispanic art / Naruto. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably.
you look like you could be in front of a lowrider.
I know.
With like some dicky.
Why? Because my lips? They look hella dark?
The dark lips and the dark hair. Speaking of which, did anyone notice
what?
Rylee's new hair?
It's not really new. I just made it darker again.
You gave me shit for not noticing. You're like, you didn't even notice my new hair, blah, blah, blah.
No, I
Yeah, you
did. Not really,
did.
but...
I noticed something was
It's
different.
not that big of a change. It's literally the same thing. I just redid it.
I noticed
'Cause it
something
was
was
fading.
different. Literally before you even told me something, I was like, I know you did your eyebrows, but I was like, I feel like her hair is darker too, but I didn't say anything. So
Yeah, I like it.
I did notice. I just didn't mention it.
Thanks.
Either way.
Anyway, shout out to Juliet. She slayed it.
Yeah, huge shouts to her. Anyways, one of the first topics that I have listed that I want to get into, which this might be, out of Rylee's ballpark, you might, because it's about skateboarding or whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really interesting, and for like, you don't even really have to be. I guess you kind of have to be into skateboarding because it's all like skateboarding YouTubers. But for a lot of people that are slightly into skateboarding or into skateboarding, they know who the Barracks are. The Barracks is like it's kind of like a skate company, but they're known for owning a warehouse and having like skateboard pros and like other companies film in their warehouse. They have like a clothing brand, and like I think they make boards sometimes as well. Nigel's cheeks. Either way, so the Barracks is owned by Steve Berra and Nigel Houston, and for the past 10 years,
I thought it was
no, Nigel,
Eric
that
Costin.
confused Nigel's cheeks. Fucking confused
It's
me.
Eric
It was Eric Costin.
Costin.
Thank you for correcting me. It was Eric Costin and Steve Berra. Nigel's cheeks fucking threw me off. But either way,
damn, Nigel's cheeks are on your mind.
it's because it's in the chat, dude. But either way, these guys have always been like known to represent a more like core side of skateboarding. Even though they were kind of like the first to like start a warehouse and make a YouTube channel, all that stuff, they were always kind of keeping it very core. And for a long time, I think, I'm not sure if it was even before the Barracks started their YouTube channel or like maybe like close to around that time. There has been other skateboarding YouTube channels who are not really considered core skateboarders, have not, you know, like gained any type of like credibility as in like gaining like big sponsors in the industry or anything like that. But there's like certain YouTubers out there who skateboard, started a YouTube channel and just blew up. And then like from them blowing up on YouTube, it's kind of like they're basically pro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, it doesn't matter how good you are. It's like so many people know of you. You can release a skateboard saying whatever you want on it, and it's going to sell probably more than other skateboard pros out there in the industry. And there's like certain YouTubers out like this. So it's been a known thing that the Barracks has never, ever fucked with these popular YouTube skateboarders. They never really collabed with them. They never skated with them. You never see them talking to each other on social media or anything like that. And the Barracks has also been known for doing this thing called Battle of the Barracks, which is basically like a game of horse between the best skateboarders in the world. And right now they're on Battle of the Barracks 12. They just announced, so they've been doing this for 12 years. And on this Battle of the Barracks 12 announcement, they always like announce who's going to be battling each other. And on this roster is so huge that they're announcing like one section at a time. And they released 2 videos so far. But on the first video, the one I'm talking about right now, they announced the influencers section. And I thought this shit was so fucking crazy to watch, because basically it was like everyone they were talking about is people that they did not like and specifically did not hang out with or fuck with, because they were just like, oh, they're not real skateboarders or whatever, you know, personal reasons, vendettas they had against them. But they literally invited every single person they did not like the past 10 years. What I thought was really funny is they invited Andy Schrock, and they invited Aaron Cairo, who does Braille skateboards. And almost every other skateboard company and pro has always been talking shit about Andy Schrock and Braille skateboards, because they introduced the idea of selling straight to consumer. Like a lot of the whole economy of the skateboard world revolves around this. Company makes skateboards, they sell to skate shops, and then person buys from skate shops. So basically the person gets the board, he supports the skate shop, and he supports the company. And
but the company also recruits guys to skate for their team, correct? And where you're coming at is all these other guys who are the influencers, like they make their own videos, and then they have a following, and then they start selling their own skateboards. No,
that's not the problem here. It's like they also like make their own teams and sponsor people as well. But the problem here is like other original like core skateboard brands will only sell their stuff to skate shops, and the only way to get their stuff is through a skate shop. Andy Schrock and Braille Skateboards, they introduced the idea of like, skate companies the skate industry doesn't even fuck with us, so we're not even gonna try to sell to skate shops, because they don't even like our shit. So we're gonna sell our stuff right off a website, straight from production to consumers. So you can sell your skateboards for like, you know, $10-20 cheaper than a skate shop. So like if you go to a skate shop, a board might be $50-60. You go to their website, it's $20-30. And then that just starts like undercutting all of your competition. Like all other skate companies are now like dealing with the shit of like, you know, fuck, like all these people want to save money on boards. All boards have like since 2000 have been $50-60. So like they're basically undercutting the prices, fucking over tons of other companies, and they've Steve Barrett and Aaron Costin, like people around them have been talking shit about this. And I just found it so crazy that they were like, fuck it, like we don't care about that anymore, we're inviting them over. And then other than Andy Schrock and Aaron Cairo, they also invited John Hill, which I thought was so funny, because literally like 2 seasons ago of Battle of the Barracks, John Hill commented in their YouTube section when they announced it. He was like, hey, I want to join this Battle of the Barracks, and I'll even up the prize money $10,000 in my own money. So he's like, I'll give you guys $10,000 basically so I can play skate. And they ignored his comment. They didn't even respond to it. They didn't say like, no, thank you, blah, blah. They just ignored him. 2 years later, now the Barracks is focusing on their YouTube channel, trying to build their brand up, trying to like, you know what I mean, like do some more shit social media wise. Now they're like, fuck it, we don't care about all that stuff we were caring about before. Now we're just gonna collab with all these fools we were talking shit about. And I just thought that was so fucking funny, dude.
I mean, at least they admitted that the message was from 2 years ago. Like they didn't try to hide the fact that it was from 2 years ago. So I kind of have to respect them for that.
Not only the John Hill thing that they like really like they were just like super up forward about. They were like, yeah, we ignored this message, but now they're like, but it was weird. They basically said like, oh, this guy comment. They didn't even know what's even more disrespectful.
They didn't even like recognize him.
Is Steve Barra knows who John Hill is. Everyone knows who John Hill is, who's in like skateboarding or whatever. They've heard the name once or twice in their life. They know the name John Hill. And then Steve Barra in the announcement, he's like, this guy commented before saying he'd give us $10,000 for, you know what I mean, like the prize money, blah, blah. So, you know, you're welcome to come on, this guy. Like, they didn't even say his fucking name. I was like, bro, that's so disrespectful. And they even said, like, oh, you basically got to bring that 10K, though. You know what I mean? Like, if you come through. And then after inviting John Hill saying, oh, bring that 10K, they were like, also, Andy Schrock's huge on YouTube. You got tons of cash. Come through, like, you know, throw some money on the thing as well. So not only are they asking for like free publicity basically by having these people collab with them, they're asking for money on top of it, which I was just like, dude, this is crazy. Like, this does not seem like, it seems weird, you know what I mean? Like, seems off.
Yeah.
And what else is a kind of like, the reason why I thought this was such a good topic is, if I had watched this video and I felt like they talked about this beforehand, like he hit these dudes up and was like, hey, I'm making this YouTube video announcing you guys as the competitors, like, are you down? And they were like, yeah, I'm down. I don't think they did that. Literally, the YouTube video is them asking them, you know? Like, that's what's weird about it, is like...
But maybe they did ask.
That's what I'm wondering.
I feel like they did.
It doesn't seem like it. If you watch the video, if you really pay attention, it seems like they went from 10 years of ignoring each other to randomly posting videos going, hey guys, we're doing another challenge video, and guess what, these people that have been trying to work with us for 10 plus years, you guys are now invited because our YouTube channel's not doing that great.
Well, shit,
it's fucking crazy. So
that's what people do.
I thought that was really interesting. I'm gonna, honestly, I can talk as much shit as I want, but I'm gonna be tuned in.
But do you remember when like people from YouTube started like doing brand deals and how different that scene changed? Like, I remember I used to watch this girl named Andrea Russet, and I loved her videos. Like, she was just funny as fuck. And I remember her first sponsored video was like a high quality ass video, but like it was still her like trying to talk to the camera, like being funny and jokey, but it was like obviously hella scripted and stuff. And I remember she got so much hate for it. You know what? I think, I know what you're talking about, how back in the day people would get hate for doing sponsored videos, but I think it has to do with what you just said right now, which is nowadays, it's just fake,
like
right?
Nowadays, like if someone sponsors you, they're like, hey, just talk about our brand for 10 minutes. It doesn't matter what you say, just talk about it in your way. Back in the day, they probably gave them a script and was like, Rylee, we want you to say, I love using this toothpaste, it makes my teeth so white. And then people can just see, like, Rylee's never said that before. Like, what the fuck? It's just so obvious. You're almost like lying to... It's better not to lie to the audience. And I noticed a lot of YouTubers do this thing where they're like, hey, guys... they won't say it necessarily, but it's very obvious to the audience where they're like, hey guys, I love playing this phone game. It's the best phone game in the world. Yeah. You do this and that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, let's get into the video. Everyone can just tell. They're just like, okay,
it's just ad read.
He just it's like, this is him being able to support himself, which is justifiable.
Yeah. But during the beginning of it, that was a crazy time. It's like, because people weren't used to it. It was mostly just organic videos.
But now, that's what I'm saying. It's like now the Barracks has come around to the point where they're like, we need to sponsor this. We need money. We need investors. We need more popular people to come on. And it should be interesting. But you know what goes into my head, thinking that they might have reached out to these people beforehand, or at least a couple of them, is Chris Chan. I follow him on Instagram. And for a long time, his Instagram would be full of like random posts of his friends, or like maybe a random skate trick or something like that. But recently, the past 5-6 months, a lot of his Instagram posts is him skating flat ground, which is just like him practicing tricks on flat, which is how you play skate. Like you just do tricks on flat. There's no obstacles involved. It's just like what you can do on your board on a flat ground or whatever. And I noticed that recently he's been practicing hella flat ground. So I didn't really think too much about it, but after I saw Battle of the Barracks was announced and they invited him on it, I was like, damn, like what if he knew and he's been practicing this whole time?
Possibly.
Possibly.
But
either way, that was the Battle of the Barracks topic. What do you think about it? Isn't it like corny? Like
it was a very corny video,
right?
But I will just say that they're just old older guys that are trying to do YouTube, and it's probably just a little more uncomfortable because they're not used to like internet stuff.
Well, yeah,
like
that's
that. Like I seen the fucking Epically Latered.
Yeah.
And he seemed like Eric Clapton seems like he's very low key and
yeah, exactly.
like
and
that.
he's not the type of person to go like, comment, subscribe, blah 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 blah. You know, like all this shit. So it just seems kind of off. Especially, yeah, it seems super off seeing Eric Clapton do that. And Steve Barra, he's been on the channel for a long time.
He was okay.
But he hasn't been on camera in a minute, I feel like. And just seeing that, I was like, it just seems so forced. You know what I mean? Like kind of weird in a way, slightly. But like I said,
I don't really know that much about
I'm gonna be tuned in regardless. Because I know these influences are in now. I'm now interested. Like so, they whatever they did worked because now the past couple Battle of the Barracks I have not even watched. I only like pay attention to the Instagram and be like, oh, okay, this person won this match or something like that. But this, I think I'm actually gonna watch. Maybe we could watch together and you can see how it's like. It's really intense because like me personally, I can skate my favorite spot in Plumber Park, like that flag ground, all day, get all my tricks on lock. But as soon as you're playing skate with someone and there's like 100 people around you and there's a referee and you're just like, you landing that simple trick really counts. You know what I mean? That's when you're like, oh, fuck. Like it gets to your head and you make a mistake and you're like, wow, really? Like I fucking do that trick a million times a day and I just did it, like messed it up right now. It's gonna be interesting.
Can't wait.
You can't relate at all.
Sorry. Everybody's like, change subject, bro.
That's so funny.
Okay, everybody, I mean one person.
Either way, that was our Battle of the Barracks talk.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting.
I like watching your skate stuff with you.
Speaking of watching stuff.
Oh my god.
Rylee and I think we talked about this on the last episode of 10 Talks, where Rylee and I talked about how we're getting to Narcos. And remember, I think on the last episode...
I don't think we talked about it.
I think we did. We talked about the first episode, and you were talking about how, like, I like it, and I want to get into it, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. So we're on episode 2.
So, yeah, the other day, Rylee and I watched episode 2, and what happened, babe?
I don't know. I literally bawled my eyes out. It was...
We were maybe, I think...
It's terrible, guys.
We were 10 to 15... No. We were like almost more than halfway into the second episode of season 1 of Narcos. And there's a scene where basically there's a girl who desperately wants a visa. And she's like sleeping with this guy who works with the U.S. government, but they're like stationed, you know, in Colombia or whatever. And she was like sleeping with this guy, hoping that he would hook her up with the visa. And literally, I don't know if you remember, but a couple scenes before, it was like a day or two before this whole thing happened, the scene that you started crying about. He talked to that lady and he was like, I want to get a visa for this chick. And she's like, no, you're pissing me off now. And then he was working trying to get her a visa.
The cop.
Yeah, the cop. The cop was trying to get this girl a visa, and she's not really a prostitute. She's just a girl who really needs a visa. And she's like, I'm doing anything to get out of here, right?
She was a prostitute.
Oh, yeah, she was a prostitute.
But she was cool. Like, she was not like... they just do what
you could tell that was her only option.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like, she had just had to get into that lifestyle, but...
Either way, she couldn't get her visa from this police officer, so she ended up sleeping with, like, a drug lord. And then, like, while she was massaging the drug lord or something, she was, like... asking him too many questions, and then you could tell while he's getting the massage, she's like, huh? Like, why is she asking?
And this guy's fucking gross. First of all,
do you recognize him?
Disgusting.
He's a popular actor.
Yeah. Who is he? What movie?
That's what I can't. I was trying to remember what he's the fucking God damn it, dude! I can't remember. He's from some other movies.
I don't know, but I fucking hate him. He's the one that killed the dog too.
Yeah, he's the one that killed the dog. He's crazy.
He's disgusting.
He lives for a long time. I'm telling you that.
What's his name?
The Mexican. His name is the Mexican, or something like that. But either way, he ends up getting suspicious of this girl, and then it switches to a scene where this girl is being raped.
No, it just turns to a scene where she's in a corner in a dark ass gray room, hella bruised up. Like you could tell she's been choked, she's been slapped, she's been bit.
Beaten up.
I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. It's just so gross. And like there's just hella guys like right across from her playing poker and just fucking talking shit. And everybody takes their turn and it's just so graphic. I don't know why I didn't expect it to be that graphic. Like I don't think I was expecting like those kinds of scenes.
That's what I was telling you, like when I was watching it back in the day, when I first watched Narcos, I was living with my parents, and there would be moments where my mom would walk in, and she'd be like, what the fuck are you watching? And I'm like, dude, this is a show about like cocaine being sold from Colombia. It's like it's not a show about good stuff, you know. And that's what's I was telling Rylee, like I was telling her, I was like, dude, this show is it gets more fucked up.
I know, we're only on episode 2.
That's what I was saying.
But the thing is, it's really good. Like the acting is amazing. You care for this. She's a fucking good actress.
Yeah, right.
Just because you like really like care about her already for 2 seconds, you don't even know her at all, and you're like, oh my god, it's just disgusting. These guys are just gross, and I don't know why, but like I just got so emotional about it, just thinking about how this happens to so many fucking girls all the time.
I know.
And it's getting worse and worse.
Dude.
I don't know, but I just couldn't stop crying. Yuri had to stop it.
Yeah,
it
I like paused it, and I felt
bad.
bad for even playing it. I was like, oh my god, I feel bad for, you know, showing this to Rylee. But then I was like asking her, I was like, after she calmed down and stuff, I was like, do you want to continue watching this? And she was like, I'm sorry. She's like, it's just, and she was telling me like right now what she's saying now, that it's just tough to think about that actually happening to real people. That's an actress, you know, we know it's an actress, but it's in the show because it shows what actually happened in real life and happens now, which is, it's so fucked up. But that show, I'm telling you, that show does a really good job of like making you fall in love with characters, and you're like, oh dude, like, or even, you know what else that show does is, I'm telling you, there's a couple people in the season where they show you more and more stuff, and you're like, I fucking hate this person, and like in your head you're just like thinking like, it's better if they die, you know what I mean, like this person is no good, or like this person sucks. And then the season will switch to where like it shows you like only their perspective from their family life or their home life and like what they're doing and shit, and then you start sympathizing with the fucking evil people. You're like, damn, that's fucked up too, like I can't believe they're going through that as well, like. And then it turns into like a crazy thing where you hate the people you loved, and then you love the people you hate, and then like hella people die. It's so fucked up. I haven't even gone to Narcos.
I know
Mexico.
I'm gonna love this show. I already know I'm gonna love the show, but it's just fucking heavy. It's heavy right now. And I know that the cop is coming to save the day, and I hope he fucking kills all these motherfuckers.
You missed it. You were already like hysterically crying at this point, but that is what happened. He like jumps in there and fucking shoots hell people up.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I want to rewatch that scene, but
it's fucked
these
up.
guys are disgusting. Oh, it's
Dude.
so sick, dude. I don't get it.
And it doesn't even make sense because there's a scene
so
in which we watched where Pablo Escobar, he like is cheating on his wife, like sleeping with like some news lady or whatever, and then that news lady like says something about his wife, and he's like, don't you talk about my wife, like, and he's so crazy that he doesn't want to disrespect his wife while he's disrespecting his wife. Like, it doesn't even make sense, you know.
Every guy ever. Fucking
really
sick. Yeah,
that's not every
I'm like,
guy.
of
That's
course. Me. No, I hope not.
Wow, every guy
good
ever. Oh, it can't be the only good one. You can't say that. A lot of guys are like that.
It's like, yeah, hella guys will cheat on their girls and then
care about them at the same
yes,
time. But
like,
how many times have you heard
of you can't leave me? Like, what the fuck?
How many times I've heard AD tell us so many stories of girls who are just like, I love this guy, blah 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 blah, and then boom, yeah, they cheat with someone else, and then they're still very emotionally attached to the person that they cheated on, and like will defend them to the end, even though they cheat.
Girls don't cheat either, but it happens a lot with guys. They get very territorial, even though they want to be a hoe too. So
what? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. That makes
anyway. He's a fucking hoe. I got so mad during that scene too because I like his wife.
I know, right?
She's so sweet.
No.
Oh, she's a bitch.
Dude,
I'm scared.
Even his mom, turned such a blind eye to everything. She knew that he's hiding, like he basically turned her whole couch into a cocaine couch. Like there was no fabric left. Everything that was under it was basically like cocaine in the shape of a couch with a blanket on top. And she was just
already, yeah.
She
I
didn't
knew
give
that
a
by the
fuck.
mom.
Like it's like
they make that clear like by her first scene.
She turns a
like,
blind eye to everything. I can't wait till you see later in the series where like she's there's actually real footage out there, like, because a lot of this is based off like, you know, real shit that happened, and there's footage out there of his mom actually doing news interviews like in Colombia during that time, and she would always be like, he's such a good boy, like blah blah, I love him, he never hurt a fly, like, and like everything she says about him is just like, you're like, no way.
Typical.
This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean typical?
That's
Like
just,
a mom defends a boy?
Mm-hmm.
What if your son was a drug dealer slash wife cheater slash murderer?
No.
No.
No, we're not raising our son like that.
But what if our son was born already evil? Like an evil baby.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
If we had an evil baby?
Yeah.
Leave it outside for the coyotes
Oh
to
my
drag
God,
away.
No.
I'm kidding. But how could you decide if it was evil or not?
We're not gonna raise our child like that.
No, but
We're gonna give our child love. I feel like people who are evil really just didn't have love in their home.
So, yeah, you do hear that. Like a lot of times it starts in the in the family home or whatever.
For
but
sure. It's how you're raised a lot of the time. Not how you're raised, but like what happens to you when you're a child. That's what I should say. Like you know?
You know what always goes through my mind when I think about like raising kids is
It's scary.
I've seen my nieces grow up, and I've seen like a couple other kids, like like friends of mine who have kids and shit like that. I've seen them grow up as well. And one thing that I've noticed is like kids from a very young age. Like if we have a kid, for example, right, 1-year-old baby, if Rylee and I are always just like going like this, like randomly, like literally by the age of 2, I swear to God, I'm just saying like that's an example, but you can do like random little things that your baby will eventually copy.
Yeah.
And then like I also noticed that like with my niece towards 3, 4, 5 years old, anything my sisters were doing, they'd be like interested in doing it, or like they're very interested in learning. Kids are very interested in learning and learn very quickly at very young ages. And I always see my usually kids get kids content. It makes sense because they have to learn slowly. But I always wonder, what if your kid from day one, you're already teaching your kid and talking to your kid like in a very high advanced way, and like you're not going goo goo gaga, but you're going like, hey Tom, how's it going? Well, are you hungry, Tom? Like, you're just like acting super normal to them. And then also when you're trying to teach them, you're not going like 2 + 2 = 4. You're like already teaching them like trigonometry and fucking algebra, and like I have a feeling that if you start your kids, listen,
guys.
I have a feeling that if you start
strict ass dad over
not
here.
strict, I just have a feeling that like if you make it not like be like, dude, if you can't solve this math problem, you're not eating today or something like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like replace their normal easy kids content with actual
you're gonna be like an educational content
no
dad.
no I want to that's what I'm like. I don't want to make it into like a whole education thing.
10 minutes a day with screen time.
No, not 10 minutes. Like at least spend 30 minutes a day with your kid.
You have to talk to your kid.
Teaching them, like math and like all that stuff. And I fucking bet you by the age of 6, if you're from day one teaching your kid algebra, by the age of 6, they'll be an algebra master, And I have a feeling that that's not only with like mathematics. You could do that with
They're
anything.
Kids, babe.
But I'm not saying turn their whole lives to
telling
dedicated to math. I'm just saying like spend an hour out of their day just to be like, 4 times 4 is this, blah blah blah. I mean, I can't even solve that myself. But either way, that's what I'm just saying is like.
And they're gonna be like, my dad was so hard on me as a child.
No, they're not gonna be like, my dad was so hard on me. They're gonna be like, my parents are so nice and cool and like free, and like I was smoking weed by 10 with them, and it was chill. And no, I'm kidding. But like I want my kid to be like entering grade 6 and being like, wow, like I can't believe they're really teaching fucking like addition and subtraction right now. Like I already know all this like on the back of my hand. Like I want my kid to be so prepared that they're fucking like advanced. And I feel like it's not impossible. You just have to like. Just like you were like, oh, you can't teach the cats to wait for the food. Boom. The cats will wait as long as I want them to until I go, and then they'll get the food.
Yeah, you can train your child. You raise your child, but I'm telling you, as long as you just talk to your kid, you read to your kid, you literally just talk to them like a human.
No, I agree with all that.
Not do too much goo gaga talk. They're gonna come out
but like
really smart. Like Adrian, my niece, fucking talks so well.
Yeah, I agree.
She can communicate. She's so witty.
But I'm just saying, like, how many parents really like will take their 2-year-old kid and sit them down and be like, we're learning algebra today, or like at least for an hour. A lot of parents will think like, no, like the high school will teach them that, or they're too young for this. I'm just thinking that like they're not too young for it. Whatever you teach kids from a young age, they'll think is the normal. And like you can see that in skateboarding, where like a lot of people who were skating back in the day in the 90s and 2000s were skating at a certain level, and then people who were watching those videos that these fools put out were doing the same tricks on another level. And now with this Instagram age, like people are just like fucking leveling up back to back to back. Some kid sees like some dude grinding a giant ass handrail, and then boom, next thing you know, there's like a 9-year-old, you know, fucking doing this crazy trick down this huge stair set. So what I'm saying is like you can do the same thing with education with the little kid, is like make it seem normal to them where it's not even a big deal. They're just like, oh yeah, like that's, I've been known that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know half the shit I'd want to teach myself. So
yeah, fuck. They teach math so differently now.
I wonder.
It's crazy. Like
You've seen Adrian's work?
I've seen my little brother Jordan's work, and I'm like, I don't know how to fucking do this.
Really?
It's weird.
No.
Yeah, like the way you have to show your work and stuff is like.
Oh, that's what I hate. Is like
showing your work.
Well, that's what I don't agree on. Is like, not everyone has to have the same way of coming to the same conclusion. You know, like I have certain ways of coming to conclusions myself that will confuse other people, but it makes sense to me, and I get to the right answer at the end of the day.
I just. I hated taking math classes. I was so happy when I was done with school because I was like, I'm never taking another math class again.
Really? How'd you feel when you graduated? Were you happy to leave school?
Yes.
Did you miss it?
Yeah, sometimes.
But
I loved college.
I know you loved college.
But I loved high school too. High school was fun.
Sometimes I never went to college, so I love high school.
I think I miss high school a lot, like more than I miss college sometimes.
The main thing I regret,
I just miss like being with my friends all the time.
That's what I'm saying, is like that's what was like in college. It's like I haven't gone to college, but I know it's like a little bit different, where in high school you guys are confined in this box, and then there's like 2 breaks out of the whole day where you guys can all just kick it with each other, but most of the other day it's like you kick it with random people and you'll make friends and shit. But like I miss the idea of like working. It kind of gives you the idea of like living in a village or something like that. You're like a part of this giant community of people, you know, and it kind of does like make you like a happier person because you have so much more social interactions like with people. Like I feel like it definitely does play a toll on your life, where you're in high school one day and like even if you're not the most popular person in the world, you just like say hi to like all these random people on your way to class, or like all, you know, just like I feel like those social interactions help to your happiness, because like I remember after leaving high school, it was like a big thing to me where I was like, damn, like it's weird not seeing all those people every day now, you know. I
feel like after you finish school you get really depressed because you're not you don't have a routine anymore. Like you have nothing to really, you have no goals to achieve anymore. You have to set your own goals, and it's just a fucking trippy.
You have to learn how to like be your own pusher. Yeah, you're not gonna have. At a certain point, you're not going to have your parents and your teachers going like, come on, man, you got to do better, blah, blah. Like, at a certain point, you got to take it upon yourself to be like, and honestly, I think most people will notice or realize this once they see their friends and their peers, like, being able to do cooler shit and afford a cooler lifestyle, where they're just like, this kind of sucks. Like, I'm not really working for anything, you know what I mean? Like, and it makes you want to strive for, like, a better lifestyle. Then at a certain point, you start realizing, like, oh, I want to work so I can have a better condition of living. Once you realize that you actually have to work for your money, because a lot of people in high school are probably just children who don't realize my parents are working for all this money.
You don't realize that until you're a little older.
The value of $1. It's for like when I was a kid in high school, I never ever considered the fact that when I asked my parents for like $5 or $10 or $20, that $10 they would have to sit at work for an hour for. You know what I mean? So me asking them for $10 is basically
crazy to think about.
That's basically like me. Like every time I would take my parents' money to go to a liquor store, and I would buy like boom this, and that's like $9.50. That second it took me to buy that for $9.50, and like the 10 minutes it takes me to eat everything and then just continue with my day.
Okay.
My parents had to spend an hour in a room just so I can afford that comfort.
Okay, babe, don't make me think about it like that. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
what happens when you have kids. That's what you give your money to. That's
no,
what
yeah.
Income is,
But I never really thought about it like that as a kid.
When you say it like that,
but once I got my first job and I realized like, damn, I just sat here for an hour and I made $8.25.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like
when I was working in San Francisco, I would get parking tickets when they would do street sweeping because
that hasn't changed.
Yeah, I would work. I know. I would work at a daycare, and it was like at an actual house, and it would happen on Thursdays or whatever, and it would be $72. And so my dad would see like I fucking paid $72, and he'd be like, "You're fucking just working to pay for your parking tickets, blah blah blah. Like you're not saving any money." I'm like, "Oh my god, you're so true.
You're so true.
You're so right."
Dude, I remember when I had my first job where I was getting paid $8 an hour, and then later on I got a promotion to $8.25 an hour, which is fucking literally nothing. But
you're so true.
I remember when I had that job, like I worked maybe half the year without really calculating my money or anything, just really thinking about it. And then I remember half a year into it is when I kind of started like counting, every dollar I spent. And then like I remember I got to this month where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna count how much money I spent on gas, how much money I spent on weed, how much money I spent on food, and like all this stuff. And it got to a point where I realized that I was spending more money a month than I was like making at this job. And a lot of the money that I was spending was going towards gas to get to the job and back home from the job, and then food that I would have to buy when I was at that job, because I'd probably not bring food with me, and then I'd have to go to the closest place nearby, spend like what, $10-20, and that's already like 1/8 of my day or whatever, like that I've spent on food. If I go any more expensive, it could be up to like 2/3 or whatever. But either way, I quickly realized that like, dude, I'm not even working for anything anymore. It's like I'm not even like gaining anything out of this job. After you work a certain job for a point, if you're not careful with your money, you're slowly just working just to work. You know what I mean? And then you're just like, no, like this is not making sense. Like I'm not gaining anything from my productivity here. I'm just working just to get here tomorrow to continue working. And at that point, you either gotta figure out your finances or like find a closer job to your house and not spend so much money on gas.
Yeah, I think we've all come to that conclusion. It's not worth it at the end of the day.
It seems so simple of a conclusion, but it's like shit that you don't really realize until you're there, and then you're like, this sucks. This is not right,
That's why I'm saying sometimes it takes you a while to learn the value of $1.
Remember yesterday when Rylee and I went to my homie Luca's warehouse to make these shirts and whatnot. Remember Luca and I were talking about when we would go out to bars back in the day, and Luca was like, he's like, you figured that out so much quicker before Chris and I, that basically going out to the bar and getting fucked up all night, like not only do you not do anything that whole night, but most likely the next morning you're super hungover, or you went to sleep late, so you're gonna wake up late, you're probably gonna be hungover. So basically a lot of my nights going out, it would waste another day or two after the night actually went out. And like I quickly came to the conclusion that I was like, dude, this is not productive. Like like I'm not learning anything, I'm not learning any type of skill, I'm not making any money, I'm spending money, I'm losing money, you know what I mean? Like I'm losing time, I'm losing my health. Like there's so many minuses compared to pluses at the end of the day, where I quickly came to the conclusion, I was like, dude, I want to focus on my YouTube channel and like just start learning how to do that shit. And then remember Luca's like, dude, he's like, I didn't realize that until a year or two after you realized it. And everyone just like, it takes everyone learns at their own pace. Some people will learn shit way quicker, and some people will learn shit way slower. A lot of the lessons I've learned is like fucking years after my friends have already fucking learned that lesson. So I'm in those boots for sure.
Yeah, I think it takes time for everybody, but I had the same vibe as you too. Like whenever I'd get drunk one night with my friends, and the next day you're just fucking yakking all day, you're like, damn, I just wasted a whole entire day. Like you're literally laying in bed all day long. You can't get up because you feel so nauseous, and
you just feel like shit. Like you're just like, bro, this is not fun.
I feel like you get those just to remind you, like, you shouldn't do this. Don't do this again. And you either convince yourself to do it again, or you learn your fucking lesson. And I feel like we've been pretty chill. I haven't been hungover in a while. Knock on wood.
You did take a double shot to start the stream.
I know, and I kind of want to take another one.
Really? I was actually going to agree. I'm down to take another one as well. But I forgot what I was going to say. It had to do with this whole drinking thing as well, and like ruining your productivity. But I remember, I remember that like back in the day when like I think I came to the conclusion after a really bad night where I was just so drunk and fucked up, and I was just like, that's it. I was like, I'm done. Like, no more. And also, no, I think it was after the $600 night on my credit card.
Oh my, $600? Who the fuck are you?
No,
really?
It was the biggest mistake of my life. It took me months.
What the fuck?
It took me months to pay that off.
Wow.
It was fucking terrible. But like I remember I got to this conclusion where like I was like, on average, I'll get home by 2-3 in the morning, you know, and like that's my body's already built to like fall asleep around that time. So whatever time I would usually go to sleep to is what time I'd stay up to editing, you know, or like learning how to edit or like doing all the shit. So that's why like I replaced going out and staying up late at night with staying home and learning how to edit and learning how to film and like practicing shit at night. You know what I mean? Like, and I just replaced that whole thing. And I feel like that's a way better way of life. But also, you know what else I noticed is after doing that, like a year and a half passed by where every time Chris or Luca hit me up to go out, I was like, nah, I can't. And then it turned to a thing where they just stopped hitting me up. And then like after a year and a half, it was literally like day after day after day of me editing like super late at night and then waking up early, going to work, going to go vlog, editing late up at night, and then like doing that over and over and over again. And it quickly turned into a point where I was like, I have no life, dude. Like, I haven't hung out with my friends in fucking months. Like, I haven't gone out. Or it just also turns into a thing where like you become too fucking obsessed and productive where you're like, I don't even have time to be a regular person at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to kind of balance it.
Yeah, I try never to get on that level. I have to have fun sometimes.
I know you do.
So.
Dude, you know what I was actually going to say? We hung out with a longtime homie and viewers, Zach Shakin, earlier today. And he's on, like, you know, vacation right now. And I asked him, I was like, I forgot what I asked him, whatever. But he basically said, he's like, dude, he's like, I really needed this vacation. Like, I haven't gone on vacay in a year and a half. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about, dude. And like, you know, Zach, I assume is like successful in whatever he's doing, from what it seems. And it's like, it comes from that dedication of like choosing not to, you know, go out, choosing not to do this stuff, all this extra stuff, choosing not to spend money, choosing not to go on vacation for like literally up to 2, 3, 4 years at a time.
Yeah,
just so you can reach this point where you're like, you know what, now I can work way less, now I can vacation more, and now it's more, you know, of an option. Because if you like, I feel like if you keep living this life where like you're always choosing to vacation ahead, it locks you, you know, into a place where you're never gonna reach that you know, like heaven area where you're just like, I don't gotta work so much anymore. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I can see what you're
So that's what like I always like keep in my head is like I want to like do like, you know, a 2, 3, 4 year grind of just like super heavy work, being hella productive, and then hopefully that leads to something. But that could always lead to nothing too.
Yeah, and then you're just like, wow, I had no fun while I was young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what sucks is you're sacrificing your youth. It's like it's not just 2, 3 years. You're sacrificing those years of your life. You're never gonna get, you know, 23, 22, 24, 25 back.
It never comes back. So I think about that often.
What, living it up?
Yeah,
and
like you just
stuff?
can't dedicate your life like that. So I mean, like I want to do like the grind and shit too, but I think,
you know what, I have that same mentality as well, where it's like I don't want to dedicate my whole life, you know, just to something that, you know, you're just gonna end up passing, you know, dying regardless or whatever. Like I want to experience life to the fullest, but then it like it gets to a point where you're thinking like, what is experiencing life to the fullest? What if tomorrow I chose, that's it, I quit my job, I quit doing everything that I was doing before just to have free time, you know? Like, what is that thing that you're going to spend your time on that's going to be so important that it you know, the positives overwhelm the negatives of the other things that you quit doing? And I'm like, and then I wonder, like, I don't think there's many things like that. That are worth like completely quitting everything for.
No,
you know?
I think it's important to have a job and to work for something. So you always have constant goals or like something that you want to achieve. But I do think it's important to take a time out here and there.
No, yeah.
Just to spend with your family or do something fun for yourself because you fucking work hard every day.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any shame in taking a 2 or 3 day vacation or even a fucking 2-week vacation. As long as you're not doing it every weekend, because that's obviously not...
Every weekend? I would say every year.
Every year. That's what I'm saying. You can't do it every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I'm saying. But you should treat yourself here and there to time for yourself, too. And for your family.
This brings us to a subject that I didn't really have written down, but it was like it was on Phil DeFranco recently, and also Rylee and I had like a personal experience with this the other day where Phil DeFranco reported about this 14-year-old kid who was working at Burger King, and there's like a picture of him. He's like looks like a like a tiny little young kid, and he's like
Oh my
has a
God.
whole Burger King fit on, and he's like, and in the caption he wrote like, I love my job, like I always choose to work overtime, and he was basically saying that he loves his job, puts in as many hours as possible, and it's a good thing for his life. And then a lot of people are like, good job, like this kid knows the value of a dollar, and he like knows has a good work ethic, and he like knows how to work hard and all that stuff. But then other people are like, he's 14, like he should not be like wasting every single day, every extra hour of his day just to work for Burger King.
Yeah, no. When I saw the picture, I was like, he's way too little. It looks
Right?
wrong.
I thought there was rules against that. I thought like Burger King.
There is.
Right? That's what I was wondering. I was like, what is the rule against that? Because Rylee and I went up to the Bay like a weekend or two ago, and we stopped by like a gas station / like a Taco Bell or whatever, and like as we were at the cashier stand, like there was like a cashier stand, there was like another cashier stand to the right, and I look over and it's literally like a 14-15-year-old kid wearing like a Taco Bell fit, and I was like, Rylee, look, I'm like that kid's not 18, and she's like, yeah, he looks way too young, and he literally looked the same age,
so
like
little.
he looked like he was like 14-15 years old, and I was like, dude, there's like what is the rule around this? I thought there was rules. I know parents can say like, oh yeah, my child can work, but like I was like, he's too young.
I
like,
think you can be 15 and a half with a work permit. I think that's the rule.
so that kid had to be 15 and a half at least.
I think so. I don't know if
Imagine
it
being
changed.
like a 40-year-old dude just coming in going, let me get a double cheeseburger and onion rings. And then some kids is like, yeah, okay, what do you want to drink, sir? Like, it's just so weird.
I know. It was
such a
awkward
weird
looking at him
dynamic.
in his extra large t-shirt.
I know, and his shirt was all fucking big.
Poor kid. Poor kid. It was hot in there.
Oh my god. But yeah, so I don't know. It's like I was like, to be honest, if my 14-15-year-old kid wanted to work desperately and was like, and I'd ask them, why do you want to work? And if they were like, they'd be like, oh, I'm trying to build up a resume or build up like these skills and stuff. I'd be like, you can work there for half a year. Like I'd limit them to that or something like that. But if they were telling me like, oh, I want to work there for money, I'd be like, all right, there's a couple things you can do around the house that I'll pay you to do or whatever. Like I'd be their employer. Like I wouldn't fucking have some fucking them go to Burger King to work. I'd be like, no, like I'll teach you the value of a dollar from
thank
home.
God.
What'd you think I was gonna say?
I thought you would be like, okay, I guess you could work if you really want to.
No,
Okay.
I would want them to enjoy their child. I like loved my childhood. Honestly, like people always say Los Angeles and like, especially the Hollywood area is not a place to raise children. And honestly, there's ways I can agree with that, but it's the coolest fucking childhood. Like I miss that shit so much. Like there was like, it's literally, I would link up with my homies down the street at a park. It was not a skate park, it was just like a regular public park, and we would just go around the like LA area just like skating all these random places and doing all this fucking random shit. And like oh shit, my sister. Sorry Elena if you're watching this. I just can't pick up the phone during the podcast, but it's like I would want our kid to live in Hollywood and let him do what the fuck they want. It would be kind of cool.
I don't want him popping ecstasy everywhere.
No, I wouldn't want our kid to be popping ecstasy either. Maybe Molly, it's cleaner.
No,
I'm kidding.
stop.
I'm kidding.
No way.
Where would you want to raise kids?
I don't know. I'm not ready for that yet.
Well, just think about it.
I don't know.
I think Russia.
What? No
Yeah,
way.
why
either.
not?
Really?
Well, you don't know. You've never even been to Russia, so you're being so closed-minded right now.
No.
They can be plowing the fields, feeding the horses, milking the cows,
Babe.
collecting eggs from the chickens.
I'm down to visit Russia.
Visit our kid that's living in Russia
No.
that we left behind.
Anyways.
I feel like
what
that'd
were
be
we
pretty
talking
good.
about?
I completely forgot. Oh yeah, kids working at 14, 15. What do you
Oh,
think?
yeah.
Yes or no?
No.
No?
No.
Not
it's
even for half a year.
It looked so awkward. I was like, this is not right.
Not even for half a year.
No.
What
My kid should be doing extracurricular activities in school.
But what if the family is in a position where, you know, husband has left or passed away or something like that, and unless this kid brings in this extra income, they cannot keep the apartment and keep food on the table?
I think once the kid's 16, hell yeah, I get a job. You're getting a job. 16.
So for half a year, starve until they're 16? If they're 15 and a half?
No, they obviously live off us.
No, but I'm saying, what if it's a dysfunctional family house where like there's only a mom or a father, there's one person, and they can't afford unless this kid works.
I understand.
Right?
I understand.
Then it should be understandable.
Yes,
it does suck. It's a
it sucks,
unfortunate
but
circumstances.
If that's all they can do, then what else are they gonna do?
But I completely.
And I respect that out of a kid because they wouldn't provide for themselves. But
exactly.
It is sad, but they should be provided for. That's terrible.
I was telling Rylee because I recently watched Josh Kesselman from Raw. He made this video, and I thought it was a new video, but it was actually from like a year ago. But he made this video where he took his daughter to the original rolling factory that he like based his company off of or something like that, that's in Spain, and he like took his daughter there, and like, I guess that's where his factory is as well, and like he goes on this like little tour of his factory as well, and he shows his daughter everything, and he tells her like one day I want you to take over this whole, you know, empire or whatever. And Raw is a huge company, and I remember like when I showed, like Rylee and I watched that together as well, and I remember telling Rylee like, if I was in Josh Kesselman's shoes, and I'm not trying to tell him how to fucking raise his daughter, but I'm saying like if I was like a person, not in his shoes, but if I was like a person who had a huge company and I had like a daughter or son that I wanted to give the company to, and like obviously giving a huge company to another person, that's like instantly six-figure salary, fucking, you know, it's a ton of money. It's just like a fucking clutch ass job. So if I had like a son or daughter that I was gonna hand like some crazy company to, or like some crazy amount of wealth, before handing that to them, I would have them work at a Burger King or Jack in the Box or just like any random normal job, Starline Tours, fucking a Cold Stone, like literally like have them work any random normal job for up to a year or two, so they can, number one, realize the value of a dollar, realize like, oh shit, you got to work a whole hour to make $12. You have to work a whole hour to make $13, and you only get 30 minutes break where you don't have enough time to get food, and you spend all your money on food if you get food nearby. And like I want them to realize the fucking, you know, the difficulties of life and the value of a dollar and work ethic. And then I bet you if you give them like a company like that after a year or two of working a normal job, they're going to be in the mindset of like, wow, this is a hookup. Like they're going to realize like how big of a deal that is compared to having some kid and then just like all of a sudden giving them a company. And they're most likely going to be like, yeah, my dad gave me this, you know, huge $1 million company. Like they're not going to think of it as a big deal. They might just like even fuck it off because they don't realize how clutch of a position that is. Like how many people out there don't have opportunities like that?
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. My parents made me get a fucking job as soon as I turned 16 too, because I had a car. So they're like, I'm not going to be paying for your gas. You're going to have to figure out a way to pay for your gas. So that's how I got my first job, and I've been working ever since. I like got my job as soon as I turned 16. So I think that's important. You have to. You have to.
My parents never really even put any pressure on me to like, yo, go get a job or whatever.
Fuck, I had to. My
they
parents
put like
weren't
school
giving
pressure.
me any money.
Well, you're going out every weekend, so you needed the money.
No, I was in high school.
Yeah, going out with a fake ID.
We were chilling at home.
Did you ever use a fake ID?
Yes.
At what age?
A bunch.
At what age? What's the youngest age?
I was like 16 going to an 18 and up club. I used an 18-year-old ID.
And what happened that night?
Or I think I was 17. I don't remember. Nothing. It was fucking gross. It's called City
Did you go back home with your friends?
Yeah. We were just lit. We got super lit in the car, I remember.
Okay, what was the youngest you've gone into a 21 and up club?
19?
18 or 19?
19.
Wow.
19 is
that's
when I went
crazy.
To my first or my first bar.
And you try to say that, oh, you're such a crazy partier, blah blah, this and that. You had 3 years on me already.
We had the bars.
We went to bars at the same time.
We had the bars that would let us, like we knew the bars that would let us in with our fake IDs. So we had our go-to one.
SMH, would you let our daughter go to bars at 18, 19?
My mom was cool with it.
What? She knew?
Well, she knew I had a fake ID.
What? I don't agree with this.
What?
No, that's
when you're in college.
Hell, you were 20 in college already.
I was 18 in college.
No,
I was 17
my
in
18-year-old
college.
daughter is not going to a bar with a fake ID. Fuck no. I'm putting an ankle monitor on our daughter if she does that.
my
And I'm
God.
honestly gonna go leave the house and smoke fucking joints outside the club all night and like be peeking in the window trying to see what the hell's
No
going
way.
on.
You're
Yes.
not.
Yes,
our
I am.
Our daughter's going to college on the other side of the country.
Fuck no. 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 Who said daughter?
Me.
No, son.
No.
Our child is not having.
Twins. Just kidding. No.
I don't like the idea of my 18-year-old daughter going to a club. Fuck no. I know how creepy guys are at clubs. They're like, every girl they pass by, they fucking grab their waist and shit and blah, blah, all this stuff. You want that happening to our 18-year-old daughter?
It was bars. We weren't really going to clubs.
Uh-huh.
I hate clubs anyway. Clubs are gross.
Jesus Christ. Ugh.
Don't go high to a club.
To Hideaway?
No, high.
Why?
Don't get high before you go to a club because it feels like a haunted house.
Every time I've gone to a club, I've gone high. Every time I've done anything in my
It
life,
feels
I've
like a
gone
haunted
high.
house. It's disgusting.
Literally, I can't even. Anytime someone tells me like
Everybody's
you can't,
popping out.
anytime someone tells me you can't do this thing high, I'm like, dude, I do everything I do in my life high.
Yeah. I know.
So everything I've ever done is
I
high.
hate it. I just go to the bars.
Holy shit! All right, what topics do you have written? Also, guys, I could have ended the poll by now, but I'm gonna leave the poll up. So we're gonna take one more shot in like 5-10 minutes, and whoever has the most votes has to take another double shot. It's Rylee right now again. It's 58 to 42%, but you guys have a chance of making it me. Actually, no. Okay, Rylee doesn't have to take a double shot, but if we can get Yuriy to more votes than Rylee, I'll take a double shot.
I have a topic.
What is it?
So, last week, Yuriy and I went to the Bay. Was it last week?
Oh, yes. Wait, hold on. I'm going to grab something while you get into this topic. And also use the bathroom real quick.
No, I have to pee
Just get into
so
this topic.
bad.
You got this.
Oh, my God. What are you grabbing?
Just get into the topic.
Okay. Don't yell at me.
Sorry. Get into the topic.
Shut up. Oh, my God, you guys. You see what I have to deal with? Anyways, Yuriy came to my hometown because I was working a wedding. I did my friend's hair for her wedding. And after, I was super duper hungry, so Yuriy and I decided to go get some lunch, and he has never been to Chili's. And we had a pretty interesting Chili's experience because we sat at the bar. And the town I live in is pretty small, so I feel like this Chili's has its regulars, and I don't know, it was just so funny because Yuri's back, so he could get into the story while I go pee, because I feel like you're gonna explain it way better than I will. But
all I heard was a bunch of ands and likes. No, I'm kidding. I did hear hell ands.
I was improv.
I did not black out at Chili's. No, Luffy's gonna get hair all over the rolling tray.
I know, he shed so much.
Luffy, I love you, but you gotta go home, bud. Go home. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so basically, I've never done a lot of things in my life, to be honest. But I've never been to Chili's. The only time I've been to Chili's is like virtually through watching The Office, because I remember The Office went to Chili's, or Michael went there for like a business meeting at one point. But basically, Rylee and I went to Chili's. We wanted to get some drinks. Like I think the whole purpose was not even to get food. Like we just like had a couple of like a little bit of free time. Rylee just finished doing all her job, basically. It was like hella work, and I was like, let's go celebrate and get a couple of drinks. So we went to Chili's to grab a couple of drinks and a couple of snacks or whatever, and we sat at a bar area, which is basically like a giant square, and like the bartender's in the middle, and he can serve, and there's like 3 sides where like there's people sitting. So there's like one side, the empty space in the middle where the bartender is, another side, and another side in the front or whatever. Rylee and I sit down next to this older gentleman, and we started like looking at the menu, chilling or whatever. Older gentleman is sitting right here to my left, and then across the table is like this, older couple around the same age of this guy as well. And then all of a sudden, the bartender's like coming around asking for drinks, blah blah, this and that. And then I hear this older gentleman going like, "Hey, you see that older couple?" He's like, "You see that couple right there?" He's like, "Get the guy a beer and the girl a whiskey," or something like that. And the bartender's like, "Oh, them over there?" Like, "Okay, I got you." And basically this older dude just pays randomly for the drinks of this couple. the bartender goes over there, gives them the drinks. The dude who gets the drinks is like, oh, get that guy a beer or something like that. And then basically they do a couple of exchanges where they're trying to like low-key, you know, pass along alcohol to each other. And it gets to a point where the older dude was like, he's like, he was talking to the bartender trying to order them another drink, and then instead of just trying to make it like more low key, he like shouts across going like, what you drinking, like whiskey or Jaeger or beer, blah blah. And then he basically just like asking them what to drink, and then tells the bartender to get them the drink. And this exchange continues for like 10-15 minutes, like for a long ass time. And it gets to this long awkward point where I'm like just thinking in my head, at what point is he just gonna stand up and go and talk to them? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, dude, why this poor waiter, dude? Like, this fucking waiter just like running back and forth, fucking being the middleman to this, like, I don't know. Do you think that guy was like a swinger? You think he was trying to?
No, I think he was just a fucking annoying ass drunk. And he's a regular at Chili's because the waiter looked so annoyed at the end. The guy was like, hey, I don't know what his name was. I'm going to say Jamie. Mm-hmm. Jamie, how much for some chips and salsa? He was like, it's going to be free for
just
you,
take
Jerry.
It. Yeah, I know.
It's fine.
I
And he was like literally rolling his eyes, getting so pissed. And he just wanted this fool to leave. But I could tell he was just being really obnoxious and annoying.
At the third or fourth point
so
where the grandpa was ordered drinks for the other couple, he was like, oh, get that guy a beer or whatever. And the bartender did the same thing where he's like, it's okay, this one's on the house. Like, he was just tired of ringing it up. You know what I mean? Like, and it just turned to this point, like, it was just so uncomfortable and kind of awkward. And then finally, this grandpa stands up, finally goes over to that couple, starts talking to them, and then next to that couple is sitting another elderly couple, but they're like Asian or whatever, right? And they're minding their own business. They like I was like looking at them, and I could tell by the expression on their faces they did not want to be a part of this conversation at all. And that grandpa who walked over was all drunk. He just like randomly goes like, hey, how's it going? What you guys drinking? And just throws his arm around the fucking wife of the Asian couple. And I'm like, bro, like, regardless of just like minding your own space and like, you know, not being rude and like not being too forward and shit, like, COVID, like, it's like we're still dealing with COVID.
He
and
was
then
being so invasive.
And he literally just fucking came up and went and just like threw his arm around her. And the whole time, I felt like being a little bit rude and standing up and going a couple seats over, because the grandpa, when he was sitting next to us, he would have the gnarliest, wettest fucking like cigarette coughs ever.
Ew.
He would go and like it sounded so bad. You just hear all this mucus fucking flying everywhere, and I was just in my head I was thinking like, this is I won't even be able to eat after listening to this. Like, it's so fucking bad.
That's hella gross. I didn't hear that.
And then that whole
Thankfully,
situation.
I wasn't next to him.
I know, I was sitting fucking next to him.
He was talking to you.
I probably have COVID after that.
What was he saying to you?
He talked to me?
Yeah, didn't he talk to you?
I don't think so. Maybe I ignored him by accident. But I remember that whole situation happened, and Rylee was like, welcome to Chili's. Like, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? What else was really funny was the grandpa. He was like talking to that couple across the way, and he was like telling them, he was like, how many times have you guys been here? And they're like, oh, this is our second time, actually. Like, you can tell it's like just them random nights they had to go to Chili's because they couldn't find anything else to eat. And he's like, I've been here more than 20 times. Like, it was his local turnip spot. I was like, that's so depressing, dude.
Because it's the only spot in the area for real.
Really?
Like, did you see how busy it was?
I don't remember.
It was like gonna be a 30-minute wait for us too, and we had to sit at the bar. That's why we sat up there.
Bruh. The way he was explaining it, he was like, I've been here 20 plus times. I was like, dude, I do not want to reach that point in life where I'm so old, I don't have a partner, and I don't really have any friends or anyone near me. This is me assuming, and I'm going to a Chili's to go fucking buy random people drinks and just turn up with random people. Like, that, I was like, that is so depressing.
I know. That poor guy.
Someone said he's the owner. Damn, what if? I doubt it.
Everybody was getting fucked up at the Chili's bar,
except
for us.
Why would the owner be getting fucked up at his bar during the daytime? Because it was like the daytime. Oh, also, another part of the story we forgot to explain is the couple that he was buying the drinks for, he bought them hella fucking drinks, shots, beers, all this shit.
Tequila shots.
Both that couple and this older guy they got hammered by the end of this fucking interaction. Rylee and I finished our food, signed the check, pay or whatever, and then we're leaving to the cars. And then where Rylee and I park, Rylee and I only had one drink each. You know, it was like very, very small amount of alcohol. Rylee and I get to our parked car, and then the person parked like right next to us was that fucking couple.
Yes,
and I just see them going into the car, and I was like, they are for sure not good to drive.
They hella drove off fast too. I was like, oh, fuck, it's midday.
Bro, that's how. Wait, that's the Bay Area for you?
I was like, oh my god, this is actually scary.
Dude, and also Rylee was telling me the whole time. Unfortunately, my phone was dead. And it was like it was like my phone was so dead that it was like I couldn't even charge it. So, but Rylee the whole time was telling me like, we should have streamed this. Like, and honestly, if I was on stream, I would have been talking to that older grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have bought us hella drinks, dude. He would have bought us so many drinks.
We would have got fucked up.
I would have asked him like, yo, you know what yiking is? Like,
Oh god, the bartender would have hated us too.
I know, we would have to tip him heavy. Be like, dude, I'm sorry about this, but we're about to turn up with this old guy.
It was so funny though.
Look at poor Luffy's eye.
I know. He gets poo-poo in his eye.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can notice this, but Lola, this never happens to Lola, but this happens to Luffy maybe like once every 2 months or once a month or something like that. Like, it hasn't happened in a while. It just happened today randomly where his eye would just get swollen and we have to like put eye drops in there to clean it up. But no, don't go on the table, Luffy. But we assume that he just fucking gets poop in his eye somehow or something.
Cool.
Or maybe it's Lola fucking him up, dude.
No, I think when they scratch their poop away, like hiding it in the litter box, he wipes his paws on his eyes.
I think so too.
And then I think it gets.
You think we need a bigger litter box? To be honest, for him, I think we do. Because when he goes in there, he seems like he's cramped.
I don't know. Yeah, we need the litter genie.
Well, look at this. There's already a hair in here. No, Luffy, get off the table,
I know,
dude.
Luffy, you're getting me all tickly.
All tickly? What the hell?
His hairs are all over my face.
All right, what was the other topic you had listed, babe?
You're done with your topics?
Yes.
Wow.
You know what? Okay, you know what my this is such a sad excuse for a topic. You know what my other topic was?
What?
The new TikTok voice sucks.
It does.
Oh no! I just fucking laughed all over the weed and blew everywhere. But TikTok recently updated their voice. Like, you know how you can like add text to a TikTok and add like narration to it, where a girl will be like I did it for our things. It was like, what did it say? My girlfriend took me to San Diego for my birthday. This is what happened or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the voice sounds so funny because like she says things in such like monotone way where like AI way where it just like it fits random position like situations so funnily where you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, so cute.
Yeah, so cute. And they recently changed the voice where everything ends with like it's kind of like how a white girl sitting at Starbucks is talking to her friend sounds like, you know. It's like, and now we're going to the gym. Or like, gym. Or like, I don't know. I can't even fucking repeat it.
The gym.
Yeah, the gym. Now we're going to the gym. Like,
oh my god.
That's literally what it sounds like. It sounds like
god.
It sounds like they got Britney Spears to narrate the new fucking TikTok shit.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's not fucking good at all.
I hate it.
Do we have a chaser for more shots?
Let me see what I can come up with.
Hey, let's go. I'm gonna look through your topics.
Let's get lifted and take a shot.
Should we play it again? Oh, Riley's taking selfies.
Ew.
Okay, is that what you edit on?
Disco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, where the fuck? What the hell?
Notes. Oh, those are my.
Where the hell's the notes? God damn it! I hate using phones that aren't mine because I don't know where anything is. Okay, reaction to Narcos. We got when me and Michaela got kidnapped.
I almost got kidnapped.
I was gonna say Michelle. So recently we've been doing 10 Talks clips, and I was telling Rylee that my original idea was to post a clip every day, but if we do that, we're gonna run out of content to post very quickly. So we're gonna change it to we're gonna be posting 3 10 Talks clips a week, and I'm not exactly sure what days yet. Maybe like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something like that. We have to find what the best days are to post. Post on those days, and then basically we're gonna be posting 3 clips a week from now on. One of the last clips I posted was Rylee has a near-death experience, and it's the TMI story where you'd have to go watch it to see what we're talking about. It's kind of gnarly, and Riley's like, I'm coming through with an actual near-death experience story, so that's what we're gonna hear right now.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this one?
I don't know.
Yeah, you've told it to someone else apparently,
No,
not
I don't
me.
think I've told it to you though.
Yeah.
I think I might have briefly told it to you, but I never really explained to you what happened. But
I have a weird. I'll tell my near-death experience story after
Okay.
yours, but I have a weird one that I don't think I've told you either. But it's like it's weird to me. I'll tell you that.
mine's actually what? Oh, this is my extra shot that I took. Guys.
I already drank your shot. All right, cheers to the middle of 10 Talks,
middle
or
of
everyone
10.
watching right now. Cheers to you guys.
Shout out to the viewers.
The viewers.
The campers.
The jewelry.
The jewelry.
Cheers.
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 Okay.
Jesus.
So, when I was little,
How old?
I would say, I think this was when my mom and my dad were still together. So I think I was probably around 4 or 5. I think maybe even 4. Me and my brother Roman, we shared a room. And every night, like Roman, to go to bed, he would watch, like we had a VHS of Michael Jackson music videos. And we would just watch these music videos because he loved like Thriller and all that stuff, right?
Okay.
And our TV, like we had one of those really big, thick TVs. Remember
Yeah.
back in the day, like
The
how
fat-ass
heavy they
ones?
were?
Yeah.
We had one of those on top of a really, really tall dresser, like taller, like probably as tall as me. And so we're trying to go to sleep, like we're laying down to go to sleep, watching all these music videos, and finally, like Roman fell asleep, and I was like going to sleep too, but I wanted to turn off the TV, and I'm like literally 4 years old, super tiny. I climb up the dresser, like on the handles, and the whole thing flips on me, and the TV falls down on me, and I couldn't breathe.
Oh my god.
And Roman's like freaking out, like, Mom, Dad, like Rylee, like they thought I was gonna fucking die. My dad like had to push it all off of me, but
Jesus.
I could have died. It could have crushed me because it was so heavy and I was like
Yeah.
super tiny. But that was actual near-death experience because of fucking Michael Jackson music videos.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
You should have just left the TV on. I'm kidding.
No, I wanted to. I don't know why I turned it off, but I do remember it's crazy because I was so little.
Smoking of dropped a bag $5 through Super Chat. Reroll.
He said they're giving me shit because I'm not following Josh Kesselman's fucking tips.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I was focused on the story, guys. I'm fucking sorry. Did you break the TV?
No, I don't remember, but I do. I just remember me climbing up and it falling on top of me.
Oh my god. Wait, so what does that have to do with you and Michaela getting kidnapped?
Oh, that was a different story. That's not my
Jesus.
near-death experience.
I thought that wasn't your death. Oh, that's
I was gonna
that's a
connect that.
separate
I was
story.
gonna connect that to the Narcos thing, like where I felt like me and Michaela were gonna get kidnapped one day. So, when I was probably around 12 or 13, my older sister was dating this guy who worked at the mall, and I'm pretty sure my sister worked at the mall too. And she had to watch me and my little sister for a couple hours and took us to the mall too. And she kind of just let us walk freely around the mall. And me and Michaela were just walking around, and I see this. I like turn my back because I can feel like something. Like I just felt like somebody was like watching me, and I could see this guy like looking at us. And we were just like we kept like walking around the mall, and like I would like look every couple minutes, and he was like still behind us everywhere we were going.
That's so creepy.
And I was really freaking out because I was super little, and this is like a big fear of mine. Like getting kidnapped is obviously
Yeah, it's everyone's. Oh, a lot of girls fear.
exactly.
Unfortunately.
And I was so I was just like really like holding Michaela's hand, speeding up, walking everywhere, and he was following us because they always say like if you feel like somebody's following you, make 2 rights, and like that will kind of.
Yeah.
That'll kind of show you if they really are. Like, if you're, like, driving and you think somebody's following you, you're supposed to, like, make 2 rights, and that kind of gives you that hint.
Yeah.
So that's what I was kind of doing, because I remembered that, and I went into the bathroom, and as soon as we get to the bathroom, the guy, like, goes into the men's room, like, straight up like that.
What the hell?
And after that, we didn't see him, but I was like, damn, like, thank God I got us here. That was fucking scary. Michaela will remember this story, but I was so little, so I can't really remember it to a T, but I just remember getting us out of that situation, walking us to the bathroom, and
Jesus.
seeing like that.
How
was
long
like,
did you guys wait in the bathroom?
Glimpse. It was like this perfect movie, like.
How long did you guys wait in the bathroom?
A while. I don't even remember if I don't think I had a phone or anything.
Jeez.
It was so scary though. Like I remember him just following us everywhere. Fucking ratchet ass Annie Alcamal. But yeah, me and Michaela almost got kidnapped, and that's the shit that scares me after watching that show, because it could happen to fucking anyone.
I know, dude. That shit's fucking terrifying. And it's just like...
There's so many creepy, weird people in the world.
Dude, I don't know if I've told Rylee this story before, but I'm not sure if I've ever said this on 10 Talks. But I remember back in the day when I would go out to bars and stuff. One night I went to like a bar on Hollywood Boulevard with my friend Donat. And bars close at 2 in the morning, so bar closes or whatever. And then we did not drive because we knew we were gonna get fucked up. And like it's Hollywood's like close enough where you can like skate or walk or whatever. And we didn't have our skateboards, so we were just like walking towards my parents' house or my parents' apartment. And I just put that on the floor. But we were walking towards my parents' apartment, and we're walking on Hollywood Boulevard, and it's 2 in the morning, and I think we had already like made some pit stops, so it's probably 2:33 in the morning. There's no one on the boulevard. It's literally just me, my friend, just walking down one side, and on to the right of us is the street, and then on the right of the street is like another sidewalk, right? So me and my friend are just like walking, and then all of a sudden out of this like random street, a girl just fucking makes a left in front of us, and then this girl's walking in front of us, right? So we're just like walking, and then from the corner of my eye, I noticed there's like some dude walking on the sidewalk across the street, right?
Oh, I think you told me this.
Yeah,
right?
I told you the story. Then we're walking, and then from the corner of my eye, like I'm noticing this dude, and I see him like look over, like I see him go like this, like he like looks over, just look over, and then notices there's a girl, and then as soon as he sees the girl, like I can see him like realize that there's a girl right there. He jaywalks across the street, goes in between me and my friend and the girl, goes in between us, walking behind her. And he's like walking at a little bit faster of a pace, where he's like walking slightly faster than her. So he's like walking behind her. And then at one point he passes her. And when he passes her, and she's oblivious, she does not realize any of this is happening. Like she's just like walking, minding her own business. And as he passes her, he goes like and fucking smells her hair. And I was like, look, and I fucking tapped my homie. I'm like, bro, did you just fucking see that? He's like, dude, there's weird ass people on the boulevard at night. And literally, I swear to God, like, if me and my friend were not there, like I would be so scared for that girl, because I know me and my friend would probably beat the shit out of that fucking homeless dude or like creepy dude, because he was not tough looking at all. He was just like weird looking. Ew. But I was just thinking like, dude, if we were not there, like he fucking could have done some weird ass shit. And I literally saw him go past her and like stick his fucking face in her hair to smell it. And I was like, that's so fucking creepy, dude. Like what the fuck?
I know. There's so many people that are just so creepy like that. And it just makes you think, like, how many times were you just not catching it? Like, people were doing shit behind your back and not knowing. Like,
that's what I'm... I have a story like that, too.
What?
I've told you before. What?
At the mall?
What?
Wait, what?
It's an embarrassing story. I don't like talking about it. One time, I went to a house party with Chris, Curdy, and Luca. They invited me. It was like their friends. So it was like I was going to a friends of a friend's house party, right? Walk in, there's all these people hanging out, blah, blah. And then I don't know anyone. You know, I got invited here by them. So I'm kind of sticking by them, like talking to whoever they're talking to. And like, because I'm not going to fucking go like walk randomly around. So I'm like sticking next to Luke and Chris, talking to whoever they're talking to. And they start talking to this group of girls who's with like a gay guy, right? And I didn't want to be that guy who's just like fucking, you know, acting weird or whatever. So like he was like talking, you know, like adding to the conversation. We're all like talking to him, and then like I'm like standing close to him though. It's like there's like this whole group of people, and it's like me and him standing close to each other, right? And I have my fucking arm down to my side like this, and we're like all talking, blah blah. And then he like brings something up, and I'm like talking to him, and then he like does this thing where like our hands are close to each other, and then he just goes like. Oh. Like locks our hands, and then I just go like, what the fuck? I just like instantly like take my hand away. I'm like, yo, like what the fuck is that? And then I didn't even know what to say. I was like, I didn't want to fucking make a big deal because this was like 10 minutes into me stepping in. Yeah. So I just like turned around and I was like, yo, look, let's go to the kitchen or whatever. And I just fucking went to the kitchen area. Like I just started talking to some other people, and I was just like, dude, that dude just tried to hold my hand. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I don't know what to think of or make of this, but it was like I was like, what the fuck?
That is so crazy. So what ended up happening? Did you just avoid it?
I just avoided him for the rest of the night and never thought
God.
about it again for the rest of my life until today.
Aw.
Bruh.
Well, at least you played it cool and didn't make a big deal out of it. That's cool.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I would just like do what the like. In my head, I was thinking like, what did I fucking do to make him think that was okay? Like, what the hell?
Well,
What do you mean? Well, what's that supposed to
no,
mean?
I remember my fucking.
Oh, you should talk about this. You never said this.
I know I should.
This would be the clip titled "Riley's and Yuri's Gay Experiences." Tell yours. Rylee has a good one too.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm getting not. My stomach's starting.
Oh my god.
Okay, so when I was working in San Diego, I obviously didn't know anybody out there.
This is when you were just moved out there.
I had just moved out there, and I was looking, like, I wanted friends and shit. And so I was, like, talking to, like, the other, like, younger girls that were assistants at the salon, too. Like, trying to see, like, oh, let's go out, let's hang out, get drinks. And so, like, we were all making plans to go get drinks one night, and, like, one of my other friends fell through, so it was just gonna be me and this other girl.
That you've never hung out with
I've
before?
never hung out with. Don't know anything about her.
But she was your coworker, technically.
She was my coworker. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. She seems cool. Everybody seems to like her, so I didn't think anything of it. And so she was like, oh, let's go to this bar. I forgot what it was even called, but it was like a super fucking country ass bar where there's swing dancing and it's people in flannels and
and skirts, like long skirts.
oh my god, it was crazy. Definitely not my fucking scene. But dude, she gets super duper fucked up.
How fucked up were you?
I was not even drunk. I had like, I think a shot or two and then maybe a beer at the place, but I wasn't drunk at all. But she got super drunk. She was super small and tiny, so I think she gets drunk fast.
You were taller than her?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Way taller than her. She was super small. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she like literally starts grabbing on my hair and pulls me in to like try to kiss me, and I like lean back hella fast. And
Your
I'm,
lips
like,
never touched?
No, she like grabbed my hand and was like,
and then you were like,
I was like, what? And like, well, okay, actually before that, she was like, she like touched my butt, and I was like, at first I was like, okay, maybe she accidentally.
like how?
She like went like that, and I was like, okay, maybe at first like she like accidentally brushed it, but she did it multiple times where she was like kind of touching my butt, and I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. And I was trying not, I don't know, I was like trying not to think too much about it because she was drunk, but then as soon as she started like pulling my hair and like trying to kiss me, I was like, oh my god, I need to get the fuck out of here. But I felt bad because I didn't want to leave her alone, and like,
oh yeah, how'd you guys get
she
there?
was drunk. We Ubered. We Ubered from my apartment. She got dropped off to my apartment, and then we Ubered from my apartment. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like leave now, I think, because she had some friends that were there. And so I was like, okay, she knows people who are here. Whatever, she'll be fine.
Wait, so immediately after, how'd you leave that situation? As soon as she
I
kissed
was
and you ducked back, what happened after that?
I was just like, okay, this is fucking weird. Like, I was.
What'd you tell her?
Nothing. I just kind of avoided it. Like, I just backed away and avoided all talking, and I just looked up my lift to like go back home. She was just too fucked up to even like talk to, like hella slurring her words and stuff, you know, like not coherent.
Oh my god.
So I was just kind of avoiding her. I was like, yeah, and like I just dipped and never really talked about it with her. And after a couple of days, she left the salon, so I never really talked to her. But I told like all my coworkers about that situation. They're like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, it was so bad. I was so uncomfortable, and I never really talked to her again.
She shot her shot.
Yeah, it was really bad. She literally grabbed my hair. And,
what the fuck?
She was like, I was like,
was it low-key sexy a little bit?
No, it was not sexy. It was not sexy. Nope. It was in a country bar.
What if it was at
belt buckles, cowboy boots. Not sexy.
What if you had 2 more shots and you guys were at a lit poppin' bar?
Nope. Not a chance.
That's so funny. I thought that was so funny when you told me that.
It was
like,
really
Jesus
bad, and I
Christ.
was so embarrassed. I didn't want to like talk about it to anybody, but as soon as she left, I was like, dude, she was kind of weird. She was weird, guys. This happened. They're like, what the fuck? But she was kind of just a weird person, I think. But yeah,
Like
that
she
was my
didn't understand
lucky-
social
that's my-
boundaries and like, cause that's a lot just to grab you by the hair and kiss you.
She
all
was
of a sudden.
fucked up.
But what if she
But
like?
she never addressed it. She never talked to me about it.
What if in her head she's like, oh, Rylee lets me touch her butt. You know, she's cool with this. Like she likes me or something like that. Did you touch her butt?
That's where I was just a pussy and I didn't say anything. I just didn't want to make the situation weird, and I didn't want to get in a fight or anything.
Jesus.
But yeah, that was so uncomfortable. Those are our gay experiences.
Yeah, mine was fucking weird as well. I didn't. Yeah, it's like when
Like,
you're in
you
that.
don't want to make it awkward. I don't. It was just so weird.
My shit was hella.
I just dipped.
Both of our experiences were hella unexpected. We were just like, my shit was just like, what the fuck? Like it was like, I was so confused. I was like,
Same.
I was like, what? Like, what made you think that was okay?
Exactly.
Why are you trying to hold my? Oh my god, dude.
I was
that
like,
bad.
what the fuck? Is this really happening right now? I was like, I thought I was gonna make a new friend.
She just looks at me as a piece of meat.
Damn, now I'm back being lonely.
Oh
no
wow,
friends.
big lonely.
I'm Mr. Lonely.
Wait, so the story of you and Michaela getting that was in the mall.
Yeah, the mall. That was crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that's all I got.
I'm glad you guys made it out of that.
Thanks, me too.
Thanks, me too.
I was scared for a minute.
I have
He
one.
was really following us.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy. I've never really had a situation where I felt like someone is following, except that one story I told on 10 Talks last time about the dude on the train and the girl who asked for my autograph, like picture last second or whatever. That was the only time I felt like someone was following me, and I felt it. Like I could tell, you know.
Yeah, that scared
I was like, this dude is purposely getting as close to us as possible.
I definitely felt it because we're really little and we're by ourselves. So
That's so creepy.
thank God. I went to the bathroom.
One topic that I wanted to talk about is, I don't know how many people follow me on Instagram, but recently I posted an Instagram story of me driving Riley's car on the freeway.
Oh my God.
And basically, her car is at this point of fucked upness and disrepair where, like, it's so messed up that I'm scared for her to drive it, and she has to drive at least 30 minutes to get to work, like an hour to get, but she has to drive a long distance to get to work. And I told her, like, I don't want you driving your car right now because it's too dangerous. So we kind of switched cars because I have a 3 to 4 minute commute. I have a very, very, very quick commute. So for me, it's like, it just makes sense. Like, there's no really, basically no risk to me other than on the weekends when I need to drive like a further distance and I actually need to jump on the freeway. Like, I feel like her car is fine to drive like on the streets going less than 40, 50 miles per hour. But once you hit 50, 60 miles per hour, the steering wheel just starts going, it starts like shaking like crazy, and the sun shield is broken and it's like permanently in your way, like you can't fix it. It's like there's all these like fucked up things to her car.
Story of my life. I've always had fucked up cars.
And that's what scares me about you driving my car. Sometimes I think like has Rylee scraped my car and not told me about it, or not even noticed, or
I'm
whatever?
careful with your car.
Oh really?
I love your car.
Oh thanks.
Yeah.
I hope you'd be careful with it. Wait, so you weren't careful with your car? You didn't give a fuck?
No, I am careful, but I just end up in stupid ass situations where
Jesus.
I have a lot of car issues, but it's not. I just have a lot of accidental issues. Like, I've gotten so many flat tires. I've only gotten, knock on wood, I don't even like talking about it, but I did get in one bad accident, and that's why my car is damaged the way it is.
Yeah, that's why it's in the condition it is now. But
I am a very careful driver at the end of the day. I do drive a little crazy and fast, but I'm really careful and alert. I'm alert. I'm constantly looking at my mirrors.
Phone?
No. Mirrors.
I would agree that you are a good driver. You're not a bad driver. But the reason why I bring this up is because recently Rylee and I have been making this decision of we might need to sell this car while it even fucking works. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, it drives. So once it stops driving, it's going to be harder to sell. We might have to
It's called sell for parts.
Yeah, we might have to spend money to even get it taken away. You know what I mean? So, like, at this point, someone can drive it off. So we should try to sell this thing while we can. And I was telling Rylee that my whole life, I've always wanted a manual car.
But I feel like we should just get a good
I agree.
commuter car too.
But that's what the RAV4 is. That's what
we can get 2 good commuter cars.
But I feel like we have one good commuter.
We should get a convertible.
No, you see, this is where you're gonna go ham. We're gonna get some old used Mercedes and like it's gonna
not
break.
a Mercedes. I want like a good car.
Who has a convertible other than Mercedes and BMW?
Yeah, Jetta.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Well, I heard Jetta's not that really good either. But either way, I've always wanted a manual car, and I was thinking we keep the RAV4 as the consistent, day-to-day driver that you use to drive to work and whatnot, and then I get a manual. Maybe probably like an E30, BMW E30, like 1990, 1994, something like that. Get an older E30 that can like just fuck around and drive. Because I've always wanted one, and they're really not that expensive. And it could be like an interesting like thing, like you learn how to drive manual and stuff like that. I feel like it would just be hella fun. You see, manual is more fun, so much more fun. I would agree with that, 100%. Manual. The only reason manual would not be fun is if you have a long, far commute. I have a 4-minute commute.
Now.
But that's what we're not making this decision now. We're making it once we find our new place. But what if
we need to get an old reliable
manual E30?
Damn.
But it's a story that comes to my mind talking about this manual thing is Rylee doesn't know how to drive manual. Have you ever tried?
My friend Maddie had an old ash truck like from the 60s, and it was like one of those where you had to do the gear.
Oh yeah, you told me like on the side.
And I almost cracked my head on the windshield.
What? Because of braking and like.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We were doing a film for fucking video productions, and she's like, okay, you can try to drive my truck. I went. Zoom,
oh my god.
Almost cracked my head, like
Jesus.
So bad, but that was my only experience with that type of shit. And after that, I was like scarred. So no, I don't know how to drive.
I was telling Rylee a couple days ago that like a long time ago, one of my friends, James, he had got like a GTI given to him through like some weird family situation, and he basically got a GTI manual, and he did not know how to drive manual. He got this new car, he learned how to drive on it, and then at one point, I think it was on my birthday, I think it was my 21st or 22nd birthday, he taught me how to drive manual on that thing. Like he gave me a couple test runs, and I got it down. I was able to like put into first, second, third gear, put in park and everything. Like I learned basically that day. And then a couple months later, oh actually no, I forgot. No, that must have been later or before. I'm not exactly sure, but I remember at one point, basically, I was in senior year of high school, and I told one of my friends who had a manual car, I was like, dude, I really want to learn how to drive manual. Can you teach me? And he was, and like we spent like a month or two where every day at the end of school, he would come scoop me up. We would drive to Hollywood Hills. We would like switch positions at some point, and then we would just like he would teach me how to drive, and then we'd go to some smoke spot, chill and smoke, and then we'd go home or whatever. And it was like really fun. And then I remember one of the first times we did that, we drove to Hollywood Hills, pulled up this one street called Nichols Canyon. It's a pretty long street, and honestly, Hollywood Hills is a good place to learn how to drive manual because you have to learn how to switch gears on a tilted like fucking pavement or whatever, because it's like easy to drive on a flat ground, but once you like go on a tilted pavement, you have to switch quicker and all that stuff. And I remember one time we pull up to Hollywood Hills, we pull up to the stop sign, and my friend was like, yo, let's switch so you can hop in driver's seat. I'm like, all right. I don't have a license. I'm like 16, 17 years old. I've never, basically I don't have a license, don't have insurance, don't have I'm not registered to the car. I'm pretty sure my friend had registration and insurance or whatever, but either way, I should not have been driving. I hop in the driver's seat, and then as soon as I'm like trying to get ready, thinking like, all right, here we go, gotta get into first gear and pull off, like I'm kind of getting nervous, I'm like about to do it, I look in my rear view, boom, I see a fucking cop pulling up to the back of us, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm like super scared, like I don't know what to do or whatever. And then my friend quickly slaps the emergency light on. He's like, tell him to go pass ahead. I just stick my arm out, I go like this, like wave him around, and then they just fucking pass us and go up the hill. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, bro, like the first time we tried to drive this car, like literally that was like the worst case fucking scenario, but ended up learning how to drive manual pretty well. I'm not sure if the skills carried over to this point in time, but it was a fucking weird ass day.
Seeing the place just gives you anxiety.
I know, dude.
Every fucking time. Because I just have had so many ticket experiences.
Really?
I feel like
You've gotten a speeding ticket?
I've gotten 2 speeding tickets.
Oh
I've gotten
God.
running a red light ticket, which is expensive as fuck.
Jesus Christ,
Dude,
babe.
that was worse. And it wasn't. I didn't even do that.
I'm honestly
I
scared
went,
to
it
get.
was yellow. And
I'm
it was a
scared to
lady
get on
cop.
the same insurance plan as you, because it's probably gonna be so expensive. How much do you pay for insurance?
A lot.
Oh my God, dude. Jesus. I've never even asked you that. I've never even asked you how much you pay for insurance.
Yeah.
My insurance is cheaper now because I just
You-
turned 27.
How much is yours? We can talk about it.
$100.
I think I pay like $400.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm younger, and I got the speeding tickets. I know.
Maybe we can afford this 2-bedroom.
Shut up.
That's crazy.
I know. Not a month. Not a month.
We need. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, bro. That's insane. $400.
Not a month.
How much a month?
I think it's like. I need to check.
Dude.
It's every 2 or like I think I pay twice a year, and I think it's $400 each.
If you have 2 speeding
each time.
tickets or
so I
red
think
light
it's
ticket,
$800 a year.
there's no way, dude.
I think so.
Oh my God, bro. That has to be every
I'm
6
gonna look
months,
this
I
up
hope.
right now.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you had that many tickets, it's probably 400.
No, I do the twice a year.
Be careful what you show. They might be able to see which like, tilt it towards you or whatever. Yeah, dude. What?
Yeah, $400.
A month?
Not a month. Every 6 months.
You didn't even look at it. You just looked at your home screen.
No, I did.
You're
I
a
typed it
liar.
in. I swear. Look.
And you pay for it?
Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
I've never even heard of you paying for your insurance, so I didn't even think about it. Jeez, all insurance is a scam. I agree with that.
Yeah, it is. But I'm also younger, so my insurance is automatically higher. And I got 2 fucking tickets.
And I heard that at the age of 27, once you turn 27, your insurance automatically becomes cheaper because you're an older person. And also, I have had my license since 18, so that's 10 years.
Damn, $800 a year? That's crazy.
That's not that bad.
Yes.
That's really not that bad.
I feel like it is.
I was paying for my Jetta when I had my Jetta, and I was like 21, 22 years old. I was paying like $250 a month or like $300 a month.
Really?
Yeah, it was super expensive. It was close to $400 a month. My car payments were cheaper than my insurance payments. Like, it was insane.
I'm so lucky I don't have a car payment.
And that's what I'm saying. We gotta buy a used manual E30. We won't have no car payments. We'll have a fun little car to fucking drive around.
I'm a Craigslist queen.
I know you are. Oh, you should find
My
one.
Uncle John, and my dad have taught me how to
Use the internet.
look for a good car on Craigslist. I know what to look for, and now I know how to look for apartments too, which I'm excited because Yuriy and I are gonna be moving in a couple of days.
Bro, we don't even have a place secured.
I know. 10 days.
We have 10 days left. Rylee and I have applied for one place. I feel like we should apply for that other place that I liked too. At this
Yeah,
point,
we
it's
might
like
as
we're
well
in an emergency situation right now where Rylee and I have to move out as soon as possible. We have not done any packing so far.
No.
It's bad.
Yeah.
And that's
We
what I'm
got
saying.
a lot of shit.
Next weekend, like I feel like next weekend
This
we're
whole
spending
week-
the whole.
No, this whole week we have to just slowly take things apart.
That's what I'm saying. Especially the tent and all types of shit.
That's what we were supposed to do today, and we didn't even get to it.
Well, you had to go to work
And then
and get
We'll
beauty
do
up.
it.
And Zach Schreiken came through and kicked with him
we
for a
can
minute,
do it
which is
this
super
week.
cool.
We can do it this week.
Yeah, but either way, I feel like that's about all our topics for today.
Yeah.
I wish we had a couple more things listed, but I kind of want to get into the after show where we read
I'm
the
down.
chat and
Can
just
we
like.
order food too?
Really? Okay, let's order food.
Mexican food?
Yeah, sure, let's do it. Either way, hold on before you leave, guys. Oh, wait, hold on, we have to shout out the Patreons. We can't finish this without shouting out the Patreons. Hold on, give me one second, guys. Please give a round of applause to all the Patreons who are supporting the fucking channel. Huge shout out to Tashina Tony, to Doge, Notorio Restoration, Denim Chicken 209, Austin Nev, DJazz65, Tyler A, Zach Scheiken, who came through today, Gabe G, Jazzy, Coffee Sosa 11, Hands, Roca Blast, James Thayer, Uncle Deadly, Miguel 07, Senor 510, Trevor R. Brown, Johnny Taku,
Senor.
Russell Z, Kyle,
Russell.
every single person who's a part of the Patreon, if you guys are in the chat right now or a part of the stream, please go to the website because we're giving away sticker packs and shirts as soon as we make them. But sticker packs are coming like within a couple of days. At the end of the week for sure, we're gonna be sending them out, and then shirts are coming soon.
Hopefully, our shirts can come out before the 24-hour stream.
That would be cool. Or hopefully we'll have samples made by the 24-hour stream so we can wear. Also, guys, if you can join or if you want to join the Discord so you can give us ideas and plans for the 24-hour stream.
We really need help.
No, we have enough.
We have a lot of ideas, but I want to just have an overload so we have extra things to do.
No, I know. But at this point, we have enough to like plan it out for 2-hour segments.
But send us more ideas.
No, facts. Join the Discord. But either way, guys, if you can, please leave a like on this video. Leave a comment, not in the chat, but on the video once we end the live stream. Leave a comment saying any random thing. Just say like yo or hi or something like that. Just because the more comments we get, the more YouTube will look at our channel and be like, oh, this is doing well, I want to promote it more. Like, it just like it helps us grow the channel and whatnot, and it's like a good way if you guys can't monetarily support us through Patreon or what other means. Like, this is a good way to support us if you guys would like to. Just leave a like, leave a comment saying any random thing, and also leave a subscribe. I noticed that a lot of our comments, it tells you if people are subscribed or not, and a lot of our comments are coming, and like a lot of them are supportive, like, you know, people who are actually like genuinely interested in like our stuff. They're not subscribed yet, so guys, double check if you're subscribed and leave a subscribe if you're not. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of the Sunday.
Have a great night
and peace.
Peace.